Welcome to Season 3 of the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. On today's episode, we are interviewing Chelon Lockert.
Welcome to the podcast, Chelon. How are you today?
I am good. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having me.
I'm glad you could come back and join me. We have a lot
Mhm.
to talk about.
We do.
So, over the last little while, you've dove into becoming a market host.
I did
Yeah,
actually. I did one at the beginning of August for my book launch. It was supposed to,
yeah,
it started out as a book launch and then it turned into a market
yeah.
in my home in my backyard actually.
That's cool.
It was lovely.
That's great. Now, you've also been a vendor.
hmm
So, what
Yep.
I'd like to know from you is having been a vendor and now having been a market host, what what is the difference? What are the changes that you've seen? What's the different perspective you might have?
Well, being a vendor, to be honest, is like much easier than being the
Yeah, yeah,
coordinator in the house for everything. You just kind
yeah,
of show up, you dump your stuff, and then
yeah,
you're like, "Hey, thanks, bye."
yeah,
Right? Like you have to promote the event a little bit and like whatever. But
yeah,
as for being a host, like it is a lot of work. Like just getting it out there and
yeah.
bringing it together and finding vendors wasn't hard. There was people
No,
contacting us that we actually turned away because I was like,
yeah,
I feel like they don't fit the vibe of what I was
right.
wanting for the market, right?
Yeah,
And being that it was in my house and stuff, I felt like I was able to, say like this isn't going to work, this is, and whatever else, right? Um,
right.
and I'm very much into energy. So I was
Yeah.
feeling into also like placement of vendors and everything as well, like so that things would flow really well.
Oh,
But
yeah.
um, yeah, like it was an amazing experience though, but it's like it's way more work. Like all the behind the scenes work that
Yeah.
happens we don't even realize just with
Yeah.
promoting, with organizing, with like worrying about money and making sure
Yeah.
that there's going to be enough of everything there. And then like, yeah,
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
there's, there's just a lot that goes into it for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Um, so for this year, you mentioned that you had it in your home. Are you going to continue to do that part in the summertime, or are you sourcing out to other venues?
So I actually would not be opposed to doing it like once a year
Okay.
in my backyard because it
Yeah.
was it was really nice. It was
Yeah.
beautiful the way I have my yard set up and everything, how we had the vendors set up and the thankfully the weather court like
Yeah.
cooperated with us and everything, and we had food set up in the kitchen and we had some vendors in the house. We had some healers in the basement so people
Oh,
could have private
nice.
sessions and everything. So we were just kind
Yeah,
of all over the place. And it worked really, really well. Yeah.
that's cool.
hmm
Yeah. So are you going to go into a venue at all aside from your home, or are you gonna?
I have been looking at possibly some venues to do some bigger events. And I think that's kind of just like what the I don't want to say struggle, but like that's just kind of where we're trying to figure out what kind of venue we can use and what's going to be
Right.
feasible in regards to like location and pricing and all of that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah. It's
mhm.
tough with the pricing because rates go up and you wouldn't have thought it would have. Like it's, you know,
Mhm.
there nothing's changed. It's the same
Well,
space.
yeah, and not just about like rates going up and everything, but just making sure that you have like more than enough money to take care of all the expenses, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
you can charge the vendors, you can know how many vendors you need and how much their tables are going to be to like um cover the cost of the facility, but
Right.
there's more above and beyond that in regards to
Oh
like
yeah.
advertising and making posters and making like little um like what are they called, signs for like
Yeah. Signage.
outside and
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. Like it is a lot of work. And I went as far as like actually printing off everybody's picture and bio so that it was like
Nice.
on display when you got there so you could see
Oh
who was there
wow.
and what they did
Yep.
and everything.
Yeah.
um So yeah, and the one way we did work it was that every vendor brought food to share.
Oh,
And I thought
wow, that's
that
great.
worked really, really well.
Yeah.
Because then that was like one less thing I had to worry about.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure that there was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was stressed about what napkins to use at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point. I was like, they have to be perfect. Like, but I was like, okay, this is the least of our concern right
Yeah.
now.
Oh my gosh. I know, like when we got hotels as vendors, or sorry, as a venue, and they had a restaurant there,
Hmm.
you're signing over your life saying, no, no, we won't bring in any food. Like
Right. Hmm.
because that's a no-no because they want the business,
Right.
right?
And
So
so that was the other thing when you're looking at an event, right?
yeah,
We're looking for a venue right now and everything. It's can we even bring food in or do we have to
yeah,
use theirs? And then the kitchen is more money. And then
yeah,
it's
oh
like this
yeah,
and that and the other. And so you're just like, okay, now
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah, and wait for it. The gratuities is tacked on automatically. So
Right. Yeah.
there's an additional percentage,
Yeah. Well, and I
you know.
know from like, because I've hosted a lot of events through the years
Yeah.
for like my family and
Oh,
like at halls and all of those kind of places because we were a really big family. So like
right.
I've been doing this for a really long time, just not
Yeah.
in it setting for a venue. And I do remember then it's like, you have to use their people and you have to pay them and then you have to do this and you have to do
Yeah.
that. And it's like, there's all these like little rules and everything that are like under that kind of get brushed under the rug and then they're just like,
Yeah.
oh wait, and then there's this
Yeah.
and it's like now what are you gonna do, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember one venue um in Saskatchewan that charged me extra. I had to pay two individuals at $25 an hour to clean.
Oh right, yeah, then there's the cleaning
And
fees. If you're not
yeah,
gonna do it, somebody's got to.
right. Well, yeah, but you know what's funny is that when I used to book events many years ago, it was like all that was all involved or included.
Mm,
You know, like it was just like tables, chairs, cleaning, all that kind of stuff, all looked after in that one fee that you paid.
hmm.
But now it's like an a la carte menu.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, I might need this, but wait, I won't know about it until later on. I might, like it's all these things, all the hidden costs, all the hidden taxes, like
Oh
all
yeah.
these things that we took for granted before, that weren't really
Hmm.
there are now prominent,
Hmm.
like
Well, and
it's,
I can understand why like the facilities also need to have
oh,
those
yeah.
things so that they can keep going, right?
Oh,
Otherwise
yeah.
they can't keep operating because they have their own expenses and everything as well, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, vendors have a fee to pay, and
yeah.
those have gone up,
Yeah.
but also our fees have gone up.
Hmm.
I'm
Right. So it's
always,
not like you're making
yeah,
more money.
no, no,
Right?
not at all. And if you don't host your own markets personally, you're hiring people to do so, there's that cost too. So there's a lot, that market hosts or vendors don't understand before they go into it.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
I
No,
always hashtag
absolutely.
working together because there needs to be awareness. And that's why I
Absolutely.
like talking to you about it because you are a vendor and you are a market host. So it
And
is about awareness.
I had a lady that was that or like one of my friends that I was also working with. We were coordinating the event together and she also has done this before and so that was super super helpful because she had an in
Good.
with some vendors and everything as well.
Yeah.
And she like I had a really great group of vendors in regards to the fact that like lots of them were super helpful with setup and
Yeah.
takedown and all of that kind of stuff too. And we
Yeah.
just said like you have to bring your own tents, you have to bring your own supplies, you have to bring whatever it is that you need. We
Yeah.
have some of them, right? But or let us know and we'll make sure that there's enough or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But like especially with being outside,
Oh, yeah.
that is like putting it in God's hands, if that's what you want to say. I don't know. In goddesses,
Yeah.
goddesses doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But it's
goddess's hands.
like saying a little prayer, please let it
Yeah.
be nice out. And it was like, oh, it couldn't have been more perfect. Like it was just a beautiful weekend. And we had it
Yeah.
on Saturday and Sunday. And we also had some like witchy workshops
Nice.
in the afternoon. And
Yeah.
so we did what did we do? Made sage bundles on Saturday,
Oh,
and on
cool.
Sunday we did, why can't I remember? Guess it doesn't matter. But and then at the end of the day on Saturday, we ended with a goddess circle as
Oh,
well,
cool. Yeah.
because I actually attended, it was Twin Pines, I believe it was, when they host their events at the end of the day on the weekend or whatever, they had a sound bath.
Oh,
And I
cool.
thought that that was beautiful way to end the day for
Yeah.
the vendors and everything, because I
Yeah.
know lots of the times people, if they're not used to doing like all that energy work and everything, it might not be even be energy, but I feel like all of us are super susceptible to energy, right?
Yeah.
So that we're pretty tired by the end of the day,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so it was really just a nice way to like rejuvenate and recharge. And so I wanted to incorporate something like that into my event as well. And then actually at the end of the day on Sunday, we had two of the one vendor and then one other lady who does piano sound baths. They
Oh,
coordinated.
nice. Oh,
So she
nice.
played the piano and then our other vendor played the sound bowls, and it was like
Oh, beautiful.
beautiful. It was
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I love
Oh,
every minute of it. And just being out in nature in general
yeah.
is so healing.
Hmm.
And I myself love to do like I do all my goddess circles and everything outside
Yeah.
in my backyard too. And so it's a very healing place in general. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
that's fantastic. Um, okay. Yeah, I saw pictures on Facebook of your
Yeah.
market or yeah, that was so cool.
Mhm.
So please let everyone know the name of your market.
So it's the Goddess Glow Market is what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
Because we were dealing with like all, of course, things goddess.
Yeah.
And the glow is like GLO, like focusing on like that inner glow all the
Yeah.
time, right? And
Yeah.
that's just energy healing in general, right? We shift
Right.
and change inwardly and then it like radiates outwardly, right? And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's just kind of how
Oh,
we do
that's
that.
wonderful.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have how many markets are you going to have or are you wanting to have in the new year?
I honestly have not thought about that very far in advance.
Oh, okay.
I have not thought about it that far in advance. I was
Okay.
actually just thinking, I was like, it would be fun to do something for Christmas. I
Yeah.
very much am like, I am not a planner. I am
No.
like into I feel into the energy of everything. So if it
Yeah.
feels right to do it, then I do
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I also like work in, like with my, because I have my boss at my biz mastermind or whatever, like
Okay.
that's one
Yes.
thing that we
Yeah.
talk about is like being in flow and in alignment and feeling into things and everything. Because there's lots of times that I've planned events and they haven't worked
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, I'm going to do this on this day and I'm going to do this on this day and da 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 da, and it's like
Yeah.
didn't happen, and that's okay
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
always believe that we learn something from that, right?
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I'm very much into like it has to be energetically aligned for me and it has to feel right
Yeah.
in the moment kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I did really want to do something for Christmas, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's very fastly approaching.
It is.
But I
Yeah.
have whipped things together so
Yeah.
fast sometimes that I even surprise myself. So I'm like, we're making this happen now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Some unfortunate, like, well, with your home, that's kind of cool to do. Like,
It is. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Um, with larger venues, unfortunately, yeah, you have to
Not
pre-plan.
same.
Yeah, it
Not
is
same
what it
thing.
is. You're competing with weddings or you know what I mean? Like you have to kind of flow around other events that they're,
Well, and there's
booking and
like lots of Christmas. I would think there's lots of Christmas festivities coming up right now too, in regards to
oh, yeah,
everything that's going on.
yeah, I would imagine. It's been just chaos around everyone's world, it seems like it's just everyone's so busy. And I find people are actually messaging, looking for markets.
Really?
With my daughter's market that she
Mhm.
has going on in Alberta. Oh, she was booked for Christmas back in June.
That's
You know,
amazing.
yeah, like it's Christmas is very unique, but also too, a lot of people find that they'll go to a market or sign up for a market, and then it turns out it's not really a market. So then they have to backtrack and then find something else.
Hmm.
Like unfortunately, people do take advantage of this time of year too to, you know, guide people down the wrong path,
Right.
and they get a little bit scammed. But fortunately, a lot of people are using more due diligence and, planning the right Christmas market. So, but yeah, there's a lot of people looking, that's for sure. So if
Well,
you were to put one together,
yeah. Our market that we did in the summer, I think we threw it together in 6 weeks. Like it came
yeah,
together so fast.
yeah.
Um, and we
I just
used,
love the scenery. Like it was perfect.
oh, because
But
I know you
yeah,
could see it. Like if I can't visually see something come to life,
yeah,
it's not going to happen. Right. And
yeah,
I remember just sitting outside in my backyard and I'm like, yeah, I can see this.
yeah,
And I loved the fact that it was very like not everybody stayed at their tables the whole time. Do you know what I mean?
right.
We
Yeah,
were very social and we were all over the
yeah,
place and we were like promoting one another. And
yeah,
I had like, I was on my deck with my table and my book and stuff. And I
yeah,
didn't plan on doing any readings and stuff. I just wanted to promote my book and
yeah.
whatever else. And everybody just would come and congregate around and we would
Oh,
just
nice.
talk and like even just people who came and then some people brought their kids and grandkids. And so I was like, let
Yeah,
me go get the toys. And so
yeah.
we had like Lego and coloring books out for
Aw,
them. And it was just so good. And everybody who came, like one lady was like, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to come. And she spent like the
yeah,
whole day there. And then she came
nice.
back the next day and she was just like, I don't know, like just the energy was so good. And I was so
Yeah,
grateful for that because I really wanted to create this like, because I know how much I love my backyard. I always call it my
yeah,
sanctuary, and my nephew makes fun of me.
yeah.
But it is like it really is, and that's what
Oh,
I've
yeah.
created it to be. And so, yeah, it was just an amazing experience, and I really loved
Uh,
it. And I like after the market, I was like, oh my god, never again. But then I was like, but it
yeah,
was so much fun. It's
yeah,
almost like childbirth. You're like, never again.
yeah,
And then it's like, okay, maybe again.
yeah.
Because it was painful. There were moments it was painful.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what was I thinking? Oh, wait a minute. On the other hand, you
But
know,
there is something to be said to see like all of your work come to life and
yeah,
for everybody to actually be receiving that. Right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just like so much like positive feedback that we got from it. Like even some of the vendors, like when I talked to them after, like one of the ladies, her parents came and she was like,
Oh, neat.
they don't stay this long at events. They don't
Yeah.
social this month, like, or this much, right? And so it was like, it was just really nice that everybody felt comfortable to just
Oh,
be
yeah.
there and hang out and like get to know each other and check out everybody else's things. And,
Yeah.
and I just loved it so much. Mhm.
That's cool. Right on. No, those are great experiences. Like yeah, they're very addicting. When we used to have our markets in Olds, this goes back a couple of years now, they
Mhm.
were the energy you would feel when you'd walk in there. No one wanted to leave,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
it was a packed house. We had probably 60 vendors and it was nonstop, like lineups to get in
I love that.
and lineups to get out. I mean, because people didn't want to leave.
Hmm. Hmm.
Those are fantastic. I love those markets. I
And I
loved hosting those. Yeah.
like I almost wonder if some people are a little bit like as from a vendor's perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And having gone to events before where it was like not as maybe not as what's the word I'm thinking of, like financially prosperous for you as you would have
Right.
hoped it to be.
Yep.
Sometimes it can be a little discouraging to put the money
Yeah.
out and everything else. But the other thing that I have learned is that like connections are worth their weight in gold.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
So, like, if you're not actually at the event, you can't
Yeah.
make those connections.
Right.
Nobody knows you then. If you're not there, nobody
Yeah.
knows you. Nobody knows what
Yeah.
you do. Nobody knows about you and everything else. So,
Yeah.
like, even though maybe you didn't make your money back or whatever else that day, doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's
Oh
not
no,
going to
it's a,
happen in the future. Right.
yeah.
Because,
And it's a
like,
good
I
networking.
100% believe that, like, yeah, like, making those connections and getting those
Yeah.
referrals and everything else is major. It's major. That's how you
Oh
build.
yeah.
Like I like, and even from um my salon, like
Yeah.
when I started my salon in my home, there was no like promoting on social media and anything
Right.
else. Like my salon was built off of word of mouth. And
Yeah.
now I feel like I spend so much time
Yeah.
promoting on social media. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's just this like energy trap, I think.
Oh, right.
Oh, and the other thing I was going to share, this is just like a little tidbit for
Yeah.
people in regards to being, and this isn't even with events or anything, like this is even with like my goddess events and everything.
Yeah.
I am a part of a lot of community Facebook groups. And I
Nice.
don't even live in that community because I can promote my events in there. And so then
Right.
it'll reach more people without having
Yeah.
to pay for advertising and whatever
Yeah.
else. Right. And so that's
Oh
one
yeah.
way to just kind of like utilize social media that some people may not even think about.
Yep.
And I actually had an amazing opportunity come from that where I had a lady reach out to me and she was like, would you like to be hosted in our or like featured in our community magazine? And I'm like, I don't actually live in that community. Does it matter? And she's like,
Yeah.
no, not at all. So like they did a
Cool.
whole write up on me and the girls and my business and everything. And so like it was just an amazing
That's neat.
experience and extra advertising for myself, right? And
Oh
so
yeah.
I and even just doing these podcasts with you,
Yeah.
like for
Yeah.
anybody, I've been on multiple podcasts. Like they're
Yeah.
amazing opportunities to get out there and to share and all of the things. So
They are. Yeah. Exercising those platforms.
absolutely.
It's not always about, you know, I don't know, paying for the Facebook ads or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just joining the right groups, you
Absolutely.
know, doing
Yeah.
your regular posts.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just and networking. And there's nothing wrong with word of mouth anymore. I mean, I love it,
hmm
you
I'm kind
know.
of laughing because when we had like we had a messenger group for
Oh,
everybody who was going to be in the market, and I
okay.
would like tell them, be like, okay, we want you to be promoting and we want you to be sharing and we want you to be tagging everybody
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
group and all of the things. And people were just like, I think I put them into shock. And their system was just like, you want us to do what? Like they
Yeah.
were just like, I don't do this.
Yeah.
And so me and the other lady that I was doing the event with, we were joking that she was like good cop and I was bad cop because I would like
Yeah.
tell them, okay, I need you to do this, this, and this. And then they call her and be like, I don't know what to do. And so then we were joking on
Yeah.
Sunday that she was like telling somebody what to do. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, I'm kind of being bossy. And I was like, are you the bad cop today? Am I good cop? We need to get clear on this. What's going on? So like it was just so funny. But I
Oh,
tend to push people way out of their comfort zone. I do
oh,
because I
but
do that
that's
for
good.
myself all the time. And it's like if you want to get those results, then that means like showing up in uncomfortable ways. Otherwise,
Yeah.
how are people gonna see you and find you? So
Oh, absolutely. I wish I had $1 for every time someone would say, I'm too busy creating and making my product to be on social media. You know,
but
well, you have to.
when you are building and creating your product, you should be
Yeah,
recording that to share. People love to see that.
absolutely.
They love
Oh,
to see the
yeah.
creation process.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know going to markets like as a patron, you
Mhm.
know, I love it when I can see someone sitting there knitting or
Yeah,
crocheting
working on their stuff.
or working on their craft, like it's just I could watch that all day because it's something I personally am not talented enough to do.
Mhm.
I don't have the patience or the time for it, but it just to watch I mean, it just almost puts you into a real lull of sleep but being awake.
Yeah. It's
It's
beautiful to
just,
see how those creations come to life, right?
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Like
making
I
of,
could watch that like because they go so fast too. Some people like they just when they're crocheting or I'm like, how are you doing that? Like I wouldn't be able to do it, you know?
right?
It's yeah, my eyesight for one wouldn't allow it, but
I feel that.
oh man, I tell you. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I've been a vendor and a market host,
Hmm. Yeah.
because I get both worlds.
Hmm.
And the awareness, like I feel this is a constant conversation that needs to happen in the market community.
Hmm. Absolutely.
There has to be that understanding on both ends, what a vendor goes through in prepping for the market and also what the market host goes through in prepping for their market.
Hmm.
I mean, last year, for example, totally organized for all these markets and then throw in a good provincial forest fire and look out. You know, things come to a screeching halt
Yeah.
because one of the venues happened to be a place where all the evacuees were staying.
Oh goodness.
So the space
Hmm.
that we rented, now instead of renting all three, like the entire banquet space,
Hmm. Hmm.
we got one room out of the three.
Wow.
So, and that's understandable. I mean, I've been through an evacuation and been in that position before, and I totally get it. So you work with them.
Hmm.
But again, it's all about communication with the community, your vendors, and everything else. Like people really have to come together and understand both sides. You
Hmm.
know, there
Nope.
could be like even in BC and Kelowna, they have forest fires too, like every year because it's just they're prone to them, it seems.
Hmm.
But again, the community needs to come together and rally against all these events that are being affected because the event gets affected, it affects everyone, whether they're going to support vendors, it affects the vendors, it affects, like it's just a domino effect.
Nope. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm glad we're having this conversation because I mean, there's just so much more we all need to learn,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I would still be a vendor at an event. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Because I've
are you
gone,
going to do
like,
that? Are you going to do
done some.
some markets?
I haven't looked into any yet, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I would still do it. Like
Oh,
I
great.
enjoy going and interacting and socializing.
Yeah.
I work from home, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
it's nice to get out and socialize with people, right?
Yeah.
I was not like after my event in August. I was it August? Yeah, the end of August. I think I said August 1st. It was like September 1st. It was the end of
Okay.
August. And we had
Yeah.
thankfully beautiful days. So. But I'm like time is just like a blur right now.
Yeah.
But I did one more event at the end of September, I think it was, and then I was just like I needed a break. Like I just
Yeah.
needed like time off to
Yeah.
just regroup and recoup and
Yeah.
all of the things. So, yeah, but
Oh,
I would
yeah.
definitely do them again. I enjoy going and socializing and interacting with everybody and making those connections and sharing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. It's I love the networking. I mean, I'd pay just to do that. Like go to a market, knowing that I can meet a lot of people,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, like that's so important because and again, word of mouth. Don't you, we can't all forget about that. You meet one person at a market
Hmm.
and they will talk
Hmm.
outside
Exactly.
of the market,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what it's, and that's why, like, even when one of my really good friends now, the first time I met her was at a market
Yeah.
and it was kind of slower. And so I was like, do you want to like swap services? And she was
Yeah.
like, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's an amazing way to,
Oh,
like, to receive as well as other people to learn what you do. And so
yeah.
that you can, like, and then they'll promote you. They'll be like, hey, I know
Yeah.
somebody. And they'll
Yeah.
refer you. Like, it's, yeah, like, I feel like it just works so well. And I feel like if you're going there being open to, like, receiving and learning and collaborations and all of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
then, like, you're not leaving with being disappointed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the collaborations. I mean, you've got someone that can refer you or give you a really good review, and
Yeah,
all those things matter, you know.
absolutely. Hmm.
Oh yeah, I love doing that. Like love doing like trade or whatever at a market.
Hmm.
It's so much fun. Um, okay, so I was going to ask you if you could start, and I know you had the one, but if you could start planning for that one again, what would you do differently?
Mm,
Or
what
what
would,
would you add to it?
um, I'm just trying to think, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a
Well, because
loaded question.
I went to a lot of events. I've gone to a lot of vendors and events and all of that kind of stuff. So I took like the pieces that I really loved that
Yeah,
worked, and I took them and I put them all into my event.
yeah, yeah.
So as for doing it differently or changing it, um, I think it would really depend on what we're doing. Um, I think so I liked the idea of having especially if we're doing um like healers and that kind of stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like them speaking about their services or what they do
Okay.
or picking a topic or whatever. Like I like the idea of like having talks and education
Yeah.
and stuff because I feel like it draws people in. And that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to have like the workshops during the day scheduled at a certain
Yeah.
time because then that like also brings people in. Whereas like
Yeah.
I found on near the end of the day on Sundays, especially on Sundays, it's like there's not as much foot traffic,
Right.
right? So I was like, if we can end the event with like with something happening, like the sound bath and
Yeah.
everything, then
Yeah.
it still draws people in at that time of day, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's really important with like strategically placing things so that there is like still people like maybe they're not drawn to the vendors, but they might be drawn to the event and then see somebody
Yeah.
that they want to have a session with or they find out about this, right? And
Yeah.
so I think that but yeah, we were talking about doing having more talks and like education and that kind of stuff for people to be able to more so share openly about like
Yeah.
maybe their products or maybe their services or maybe whatever. So that's kind of something that we had talked about as well as I wanted to have like we kind of ended up doing that, but I wanted to have especially because we were talking about Christmas and stuff, I wanted to have like a kids corner thing kind of deal
Yeah.
for them so that people can feel safe like
Oh,
or
that's
know
cool.
that they can bring their kids and just have
Yeah.
them kind of taken care of and not worry about them because I found that
Yeah.
that was the problem is like lots of people don't have services done because they have their kids with them,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so it was like, well, but if we have like a little area for the kids and
Yeah.
they're taken care of, then and
Yeah.
age dependent, of course, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, but then it gives the parents an possibility and an opportunity to go and have a session done. I actually met a lady and I did a reading with her. But the first event that I went to, she wanted to have a reading with my friend that was sitting next to me,
Yeah.
and she had her little girl with, and I was like, I'll watch her. And she came, she
Yeah.
jumped up on my knee and she was drawing and she was doing
Oh,
all the things and
neat.
stuff so her mom could have a session done. And this time she actually came to me at the event and had a session
Oh,
done, right? Because
cool.
she didn't have her little one with her. So like, and that was making connections,
Yeah.
right? That was
Oh,
making connections
yeah.
and so I think that's one thing that I have noticed for sure is that parents might not necessarily be inclined to even come or bring their kids or whatever
Right.
because they're not sure about that. And so I felt like just making it a more welcoming environment for that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love the workshop idea, and I love like ending it with the sound bath and all that sort of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
And especially for the kids, like the
Right.
corner.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like just
know.
a fun kids corner, and
Yeah,
you can even have like whatever. Maybe some people have teenagers that can come and watch them or
yeah,
whatever, right? Yeah,
yeah. A little bit of
yeah,
community.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank
So
you so much, Shalon. This has been
you're
wonderful
welcome.
talking to you
You
again.
as
And
well.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching for all your new
Yeah.
posts and stuff that come up. I wait for them because they're so cool.
Thank you. I always have something on the go.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And hopefully I can have you back again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you to our listeners for joining us at the 3 Moons 3 Souls podcast. We would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support. Nirvana 101, Trinity Empowerment Center, Red Haven Healing, Summers Light Markets and Events, Fernbury Collective, Ram Tough Property Maintenance, Lynette Waltham Energy, Your Waves Radiant Energy Empowerment Clinic, Brandy Music Publishing Canada, Wildcat Hills Records Canada, Divine Guidance Personal Empowerment with Dale and Jean Hogue, Soul Sanctuary Lounge, Krylo Crystal Creations, Bonnie Cypriot Psychic Medium and Author, Burke Virtual Assistant Agency and Transformational Retreats in Cypress Hills, Saskatchewan. Your contributions help us bring meaningful conversations, inspiring stories and soulful perspectives to our community. We are extremely grateful and look forward to a wonderful Season 3.